It's 7 o'clock. It's Thursday night. I'm Mac James, stand-up comic, and it's time for Stand Up for News. Welcome back, Nation, to another amazing and adventurous episode of this week's Stand Up for News Radio. I am Mac James, James Esterline, your host, stand-up comedian, and my guest, I'll start with my co-host. My co-host here, Manny Avila, stand-up comic, say hello.
Hola, señores y señoras. How you doing?
Got carried away. And our other co-host here, Captain Jim Marvin, stand-up comic, say hello.
Ahoy, everyone. Fresh off the ocean waves and onto the airwaves.
And I'll beat Jim to it. He likes everybody to know he is an actual captain of a boat, right?
Yeah, with an actual business that needs some actual customers.
Right. So,
now, granted, it's a toy boat in his bathtub.
You can plug it out later. You know, you can plug your whole thing, put your number in there. But yeah, he's a great captain guy. And then we have Robin's not here, our other co-host. She's with her mom. But we have some guests today. Special guests, Doc and Sherry, an amazing, awesome band. Say hello, Doc and Sherry.
Howdy.
Hey, everyone.
Welcome. All right. And then we have another guest here. He was a host of our last open mic show at Knockin' Boots last night. His first time hosting a show, and he was pretty awesome. Everybody loved him. Say hello, the comedian Felix.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Welcome to Stand Up for News Radio. Welcome to our Stand Up for News team. We are stand-up comics, and we tell the news. If you didn't understand the name of the show, you guys, basically, the news, it can't stand up for itself. It was born in a wheelchair. It's got no legs at all, you know. So we stand up for the news here at WTAN on Stand Up for News Radio at Tan Talk. And if you want to call in and stand up for the news with us, our number is 727-441-3000, 727-441-3000. But first, we'd like to start with a few interviews here. So, Doc and Sherry, you guys are an amazing duo band. You're a married couple. So how long have you been doing this together on stages? Go ahead and give me a little rundown on that.
So we're only about 2 years into doing this together, but I've been a guitar player my whole life, and Sherry has been using her voice to do various things for a good number of years. But together, this Doc and Sherry duo act is only about 2 years old.
Oh, right. Yeah. Gotcha.
Yep.
I met you about 2 years ago, I think.
There
and,
it is.
I like all your music a lot. So I hope you guys like coming
Well,
to
he's a chiropractor. That's the day job.
Oh, okay.
She had to fit that in. We're gonna get some boating customers and some chiropractic customers here.
Maybe we combine the two.
That's an interesting idea.
Well, hence the name Doc. That's right.
Doc on the dock. Hey, I like it.
You guys could get customers and put them on Jim's boat and do the chiropractor gimmick. It's a Groupon.
I break them, you fix them.
So, Doc,
I'm not good with seasickness, though. So
you just pick up the guitar when you were a kid one day?
So I was sitting on the shag carpet in our sunken living room, watching, about 7 years old, watching a music show. It was like an alternative music show to like American Bandstand, which was sort of very bland and plain. And this was like more of an edgy thing. I can't remember that. I think it was called the Dick Shawn Show or something like this. But anyway, I'm sitting there watching this all by myself, and Jimi Hendrix comes on the television. My pupils dilated, and from that point on, I wanted to be Jimi Hendrix. So, in fact, truthfully, I was a little bit upset that I wasn't black. I drew pictures of him. I mean, everything that he did. I just wanted to be a guitar player. Well, I decided to go to college instead. I figured I could do both, but college got in the way, and really put the music down until a couple of years ago when Sherry and I decided to do this together.
The kids left the house.
Oh,
we raised a family.
The nest is empty.
I had a busy practice to run, and
we have 3 girls.
3 girls, right on.
Yeah.
I have 3 girls and 2 boys.
Whoa, you've been busy.
So you could be like me and just identify as a black dude if you want. I did a DNA test through 23andMe.
See, we didn't have that back then.
So, I did a DNA test. They told me I was 7% African descent when I did it. So it's 1% per inch. If you know what I'm talking about, you guys. You know what I'm talking about? Felix, you're black, dude. Welcome. We finally got another black guy on the show. To quote Joe Biden, you're a real black guy, probably. Because the other black guy, Primo, he's not here. If he does come, he'll be late. He calls it black people time. I think for a right-wing conservative black dude, he pulls the black card a lot, He always blames it on, I was on black time. He shows up for a 1-hour show 25 minutes late one time for the radio show. He's funny. Sherry, when did you start using your voice in church or school,
I was in
something like that? How
in
old were you?
church, Yeah, I was, after raising, the kids were old enough, I started doing ministry and in the church up in where we were living up in Port Richey, and did that for about 10 years, and had my own ministry, Sevenfold, and then from there, Doc and I ended up just started doing some things around the coffee houses in the churches, and they really liked it. And but he was still doing chiropractic full time, and
Still
was
am.
dug in there, and no, I mean, but really,
Yeah.
I still had the 3 girls to raise, and so it was just the ministry, and from there. The girls moved out, and we were just 2 of us, and we just started to do these open mics just for fun, like a date night. And owners would come up and say, "Hey, can we hire you?" And we're like, "Are we that good? We're good." That good. And and we didn't have 3 hours worth of things, stuff to do. So Doc says, "Well, call us in 2 months." So 2 months later, we did our first gig in Nolan's, Safety Harbor.
So you had an intense 3 months of just practice.
Practice and learning songs.
Stand-up comedy, but through open mics is where I saw you guys, and mixed open mics with mostly Professor J events is where I saw you. And I was like, oh, we could get music acts involved in some of our comedy shows too. That's why I asked you a few times if you could. Did you ever come to the one at Holiday Inn when we did that one?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We did.
Yes, we did.
Robin ran it, I think. And I think
She
you were
did.
there as well.
Robin was hosting that night.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a cool place. It was okay, but I quit working there. Dave and Buster's. I don't know which one's
That's
better.
phenomenal.
Yeah, well, as far as rooms go, I definitely agree. But they will both. What happened at Holiday Inn is I stopped working there. They were toying with my schedule, and I didn't like it. And then they didn't want me to do comedy and shows there anymore after I quit. So it's their loss, I guess, right? And our gain. So is it the Melissa Etheridge song that you do? Is that who the name of the singer is?
I do that. We have one of those songs.
That's one I really, really like. But I mean, I like all your songs.
We have a Stevie Ray Vaughan song. I think we were.
Oh, nice.
Did you pick one for us tonight, Stevie Ray Vaughan?
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, go ahead, Jim. Jim always has a handful of questions. We like to split up the questions. Go ahead, Jim. Ask our guests some questions.
Is there any particular genre that you like to perform of music?
So Sherry has been kind enough to allow me to pick all of the music, and it mostly comes from the progressive rock and blues of the 70s, but we do stuff from the 50s all the way up to the 90s, but a focus mostly on the 70s era rock and roll and folk and blues and pop from that.
Is he ever nice enough to let you pick a song?
Yeah, not very often, but
but she's been very sweet to it. But I only pick ones that I know she can knock out of the park, and she knocks every one of them out of the park.
Oh, there you go. There you go. That's a good way. You just made up for yourself, dude. That's good. Argument avoided.
Right.
Peaceful car ride home.
That's
So you started off in minutes. So you started off singing Christian music. Is that right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wrote my own lyrics, and
did you?
Yeah, I wrote my own songs, and the musicians did the melody because I couldn't make a melody to save my life.
Oh, wow. It's kind of like Elton John and his writer.
That's kind of
the guy writes it.
I don't write like Elton John. But
So do you guys still do Christian music at all?
No, but we have some songs that have the name Jesus in it.
Oh, there you go.
Like Jesus just left Chicago.
Our stuff is very spiritual.
Can be.
Anyway.
We do Amazing Grace to House of the Rising Sun melody.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So spiritual. So that means you do LSD. Is that correct?
Not anymore. No, that's not good.
Bible in the studio.
But we have, we do everything from Janis Joplin to
Ooh, nice,
ZZ
nice.
Top,
Jimi Hendrix,
Jimi Hendrix.
Led Zeppelin.
Yeah. So
You do any Doors?
Not yet, but that's not a bad suggestion. Yeah.
And before your
Animals, you just said the Animals. You played some of that.
I don't think we do any animals, but interesting. Well, there we go. So
that's not theirs though. Is it?
My mother knew Eric Burden, though. My mother was a Broadway performer, and she got to meet him on the set of a program that she was involved in.
I love that band.
Yep.
Man, Jim.
Any Taylor Swift? Any newer stuff? Try to.
It's not always, we do Stevie Nicks, we do Stevie Wonder, and Stevie Ray Vaughan. Hey, we got the 3 Stevies. There you go.
We don't do
any-
a lot of
He
contemporary.
does any
No.
Kendrick Lamar or anything like that. Drake, maybe. You know?
Can you do Slayer? That's one of my
Keisha, do you love
favorites.
me?
I'm
That
only
would be fun to
50%
try
of
and
the
adapt
act.
that to the act. We'll give it some death metal would be interesting.
Oh,
My
yeah.
favorite band is Guns N' Roses, and then Slayer is my second favorite, and then The Doors. Three very different.
Very different, yeah.
So let me ask you, how do your kids feel about you guys doing it? Are they supportive of it? Do they feel cringed out?
I think we're
Or-
crazy.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
They're in bed and we're out, we're out doing gigs
So
until
you guys are having
1
more fun
o'clock
than
in the
they are.
morning. Yep.
You guys are having more fun.
They are spectacularly happy for us because I think we're living our best life right now.
Yeah, you guys are
What can you do?
legitimately talented, so I think that
Oh,
helps. You know, like,
That's very sweet of you.
so
Thank you.
you know it is because you know
you guys got talent.
I do comedy and I get nervous that my daughter, you know, it's cringe for her, but then she jokes around. And I suck at comedy, so you can only imagine.
Oh.
Felix, did you get
He
to
does
see
good
them when
dad
they were
jokes.
at Dave and Buster's?
Stick with
Felix?
your passion.
I'm playing. I
By the
don't.
time I had walked in, they were just finished.
Oh, you didn't catch them? So I was going to ask you if you had any questions for him. Whoa, come on, bud.
Make
sure we
well, I mean, y'all pretty much answered the questions that I wanted to ask them, like what type of music do y'all do, and how long have y'all been doing it and stuff. But
Right.
that's what's up.
Cool.
So why you came to the day for your interview and to play a beautiful song for us is because we have a sponsor where I bartend now, Dave and Buster's. We've been doing almost 2 months now. We've been doing open mics. The first month of April, we had a competition for comedians. The second month, we wanted to switch it up so everything doesn't stay the same. We can make it fresh. And we did mixed open mics, searching for talent that wants to be featured soon. I was going to ask you to feature anyway, but you came and supported either way, and you did some music for us there. And so Dave and Buster's every Monday, you guys, this Monday, they will be there. You guys, that's the 20th. Oh, wait, that's the 20th was the last Monday. So May 27th, the doors open at 7:30. This is an amazing band, you guys. So they're going to play a song for us and come out to Dave and Buster's. It's 10209 Estuary Lakes Drive, Tampa, Brandon. So if you're ready, we're ready to hear some awesome music from you. Raise that up.
Yeah. I got to stand when I sing. To the blind, my baby's loving cause the sun to shine. He's my sweet little thing. Yeah, he's my pride and joy. He's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby, heart and soul. A love like ours will never grow old. He's my sweet little thing. Yeah, he's my pride and joy. He's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby, long and lean. You mess with him, you see a girl get mean. He's my sweet little thing. Yeah, he's my pride and joy. He's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby like the finest wine. I'll stick with him until the end of time. He's my sweet little thing. Yeah, he's my pride and joy. He's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby, heart and soul. A love like ours will never grow old. He's my sweet little thing. Yeah, he's my pride and joy. He's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy. Well, I love my baby, long and lean. You mess with him, you see a girl get me, he's my sweet little thing. Yeah, he's my pride and joy. He's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy. I said he's my sweet little baby. Oh, he's my little lover boy.
All right. That was a female rendition of it, a female's version of it.
Actually, that was Stevie
Thank
Ray
you,
Vaughan's
that was
first draft.
amazing.
Yeah, Texas made it changes.
So yeah, Dave and Buster's, you guys, Monday, there will be our feature. You can hear a lot more of that and some materials from a bunch of comedians and some other artists. Your nephew will be there playing some music for us as well.
Yep.
Felix, you gonna be there?
Most likely.
Sweet. I hope so. I can't wait. And then, so we do have happy hour from 4 to 7, $5 drinks. And then we do have happy hour late night, 10 to close, happy hour, $5 drinks. And we have $5 late night appetizer snacks. It's going to be awesome, you guys.
Yeah.
We have another guest in studio. He is a stand-up comedian. His name is Felix the Comedian. Felix, welcome to the studio. How long have you been doing some stand-up comedy? I was just curious. We'll get this interview going next.
Well, I've been doing stand-up since like 7 months now. But I mean, I've been funny since like 12 years old. I could tell you when the teacher used to tell me to, go to the principal office, they used to, hey, Felix, you're talking out of turn. Go on.
Being a class clown.
Yeah, I
heard what happened when I was
Class clowns.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I was a class clown. I mean, I was pretty smart. I was a smart kid. Like, I did the work, but I just always interrupted the class.
So,
That's okay, Felix. I was a class clown too. Thing is, I was going to clown school.
as you can see, he didn't graduate, obviously.
Clowns scare me.
Nah, but I always loved comedy though. Like, seriously, it's like in my sleep or when I'm up. I mean, I naturally breathe this, man.
How old are you, Felix? Just so I can ask the next question.
Oh,
How old are you?
You gonna put that agent on
What's
me?
the difference?
You don't have to say the truth, man.
Who's your influence in stand-up comedy then? That your favorite that's a big shot.
Man. Oh,
So that way I
Well,
can develop I get how old you are that way.
right now I had to kind of like scramble my list over, man, because Cat done exposed a lot of things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So right now I would say K Hard. I like Mike Epps,
Who'd you grow up watching?
Gary Owen.
Those guys?
Yeah,
So
I
you're not
like
as old
those.
as me then.
I like those guys, man, because I mean
I think
they
he's throwing you
consistent.
off the trail.
It's all good,
He really likes Johnny Carson.
I grew up with like
Eddie
Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy.
Oh,
Those are my heroes.
Eddie Murphy.
George Carlin.
Oh yeah,
Norm Macdonald became a very favorite
those are
hero
all
after
greats. Those are all greats, man. All
that. So
great.
you're younger than me.
You know,
All right, so where's your favorite place to go perform at in the Tampa Bay area?
man, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Last night, that place we was at, Knocking Boots.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a free show at first, but I was thinking to go up in there. Women was gonna be in their tops, men gonna be in their little shorts.
Oh, knocking boots because of the name. There are no boots of knocking at that place.
Hey, but I pretty much like every place out there. I would say the Funny Bone.
The correct answer was Dave and Buster's, but that was
Listen, I was gonna say Dave and Buster's.
It's just a plug. Yeah, I like the Funny Bone. Used to be
The improv.
Improv. I did
Yes.
some material there.
Yes. I mean, all over wherever's a comedy place, man, and you got like, the Funny Bone, Dave and Buster's, Sunshine,
Yep.
Knocking Boots. I like Knocking Boots. I ain't even gonna lie
It's
right
fun.
there.
We'll be
I
doing
was
monthly things there, I think, but we're just done doing the open mics right now. It's a tough room, and you made it look easy, but I made it look tough, didn't I? You can't tell stories
They
jokes
had
in front of that
rapid
crowd.
in there.
They lose track right away. You gotta tell quick one-liners and punch them out. You
So-
played with the crowd. You played with the microphone as a prop. It was pretty good instincts that you had up there.
Yeah, you developed a real rapport with the crowd as the night went on, and I think they really liked you.
Oh yeah.
I really appreciate that, man. And I want to try to get better at it though, because last night that was just kind of like a freestyle.
Yeah. Sometimes we were just talking about it. Sometimes with smaller crowds, it's kind of like the best way to go. You kind of have to
In my,
talk to them.
Yeah.
In my opinion, you're only as good as your last set. So now I always have to do better than my last set.
Right.
Yeah. So
Well, the sounds of it, that must not be that hard.
You have nowhere to go from up.
I'm just trying to tell you, you set a high bar for yourself last night. So I think you're gonna be hosting in June at Dave & Buster's. You came up to me and you asked me a question the other day. You said, "Hey, James, can I ask you a question? How do I get feature spots around Tampa? How do I get a host spot? How do I get some paid gigs? Have you had paid gigs yet?"
No, I have not.
Last night you did.
Yes, sir.
So there you go.
Yes, sir.
And then I said, you do exactly what you're doing now. You just go up and you say how you feel, and then you think you're ready for that, and then you go from there. So, and you've been supporting us, so I said, go right ahead,
Yes.
So we found you a spot. Taurus is going to be featuring that night since he was winner of one of our competitions we had at Dave & Buster's. So I think that was a good warm up for you, and I think you're gonna surmount that actually.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I'm gonna have to read some more of my current events, though.
Yeah.
I mean, because seriously, I don't want to just go up there and telling not jokes, and I want to go up there and impress y'all and do my thing as well. So,
Sir.
yes, sir.
I like knock jokes.
Yeah.
I got one for Jim. Hey Jim, knock.
Who's there?
Doctor.
Doctor who?
No, I'm a different doctor. I'm Dr. Kevorkian. You should probably go kill yourself. Just let me know if you. I got Groupons, bud.
I could use a hand with that, James.
You hear how that sounds like? I mean,
It's assisted suicide
A good
doctor.
example of what you don't want to do on
I don't
stage.
even-
I'm too young to know Kevorkian.
So I got a question, Felix. What made you actually try comedy? Because I know you're a funny person, but what made you say, "Man, I want to actually go try this" before you went on your first stage?
Honestly, though, man, I supposed to been and did this comedy thing, man. It's just reality and life setbacks was in, and I mean, I supposed to been out there, man, and I had my family, I had a few friends, and even myself tell me, "Hey, man, you funny, man. You should put that to work." And I never really, took it serious.
Yeah.
Well,
But what was it about that night where you were like, "Okay, I'm gonna go do this"?
Yeah, I did. Something, it was just like, man, I got to stand up, man. I got to stand up, even if I don't even last, but at least I stand up and somebody know my voice out there. Yeah.
Cool.
Well,
I can't wait till you're a host at Dave & Buster's for us. And now I think we should get into the news. We here at Stand Up for News, we have to stand up for the news because the news it was born without legs and it can't stand up for itself.
Very, very
It's born in a
unfortunate.
wheelchair all the time. And we're going to start with Captain Jim. You have some news you'd like to stand up for, Jim?
Yes, I would. Thank
All
you,
right.
James.
You're very welcome. Please go ahead.
Former President Donald Trump suddenly stopped talking for more than 30 seconds during a speech at the National Rifle Association's annual meeting in Dallas, Texas over the weekend, leading the Biden campaign to capitalize on the speculation about whether the Republican opponent is fit for office. Trump supporters say he paused for dramatic effect. However, most of those who attended the meeting said the 30 seconds when Trump was silent was the best part of the speech. Folks, there's a way you can extend that silence for 4 more years.
I
Funny when you get Jim to be silent for 30 seconds.
Yeah. I know. Him having trouble speaking, I think he might have just been impersonating the current president. Giving him his best shot. So let's see. Last week, airport security officers in Miami found a slithering surprise. Last week, a bag of snakes was hidden in the passenger's pants. So this sounds like a Captain Jim joke, by the way. Finally, someone had the opportunity to genuinely ask the question, "Is that a snake in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?"
I got a bag and a snake in my pants right now.
There you go.
Hey, all right, Felix, what do you got? You got any stand up for news to stand up for?
what can I say? Shoot, I masturbate too much.
That is not
that's
such thing. No such thing.
Well, that'll get me to stand up. That'll get me to stand up.
That's common knowledge, right?
There's no way you do more than Jim. That's all.
It's the American way.
That's American as apple pie. I gotta say.
Last week, you guys, what happened? All right, last week, Sean Scheffler, is that his name? The golfer? The toppest ranked golfer in the whole world was on his way to Valhalla to the tournament when police stopped him and wouldn't let him into the tournament. He wasn't supposed to go that way, I guess. He said, "I'm going that way anyway," before tea time and everything. Yeah, the cop grabs the car and he drives away, drags the car down the road. The cop I mean, not the car. The car dragged the cop down the road. The cop fell and got injured, you guys. Yeah, and then he gets arrested and put in jail. But guess what? He was back on the golf course by 10 a.m. tee time the same day. That's Sean Scheffler. Yeah, he will do anything. He will use every club he has to be the best golfer in the world, especially that white privilege club he's in, you guys. Yeah, he not only does he have those little white balls, but he also has a pair of huge white balls too to pull that,
pull off that maneuver.
You know what I'm saying? They say he's great at putting cops in the hospital. But he's great at it, you guys. There's another part I can't remember. You guys got any news you want to stand up for? You're welcome to riff it with us anytime you want. If you're wanting, you can step outside.
She's just tossing the ball.
AstraZeneca has recalled their magical vaccine. I don't know if that's getting enough press, but for those of us who've had skepticism about the effectiveness and the lack of reporting of the side effects, AstraZeneca's COVID vaccine has been pulled from the market. Their reasoning is that they have a better one now, but actually there are issues with blood clots, and this is an underreported issue. And anyway, I'm a chiropractor, so this is the way we think. I mean, we're into the natural health stuff, and we just have to be skeptical of big pharma. We have to pay attention to our own research and not just be little sheep and stand in line and take the next profit-driven elixir that's marketed to us.
Well, this guy next to me is a hard-nosed Democrat, and as a sheep, I can feel his fur blood. As you say that, just his blood's just bowling right now. What'd you say about
it's a comedy show, right?
You bring down big pharma.
Well, Jim pulled the wool over your eyes.
I'm not even a Democrat, but I love paying expensive co-pays for pharmaceuticals that my doctors prescribe for me. Actually, I can't even afford any of that stuff. Speaking of which, a Land O'Lakes man named Daniel Saez stole a school bus from a Hillsborough County school district Saturday night and drove it all the way to Miami. He was stopped by state troopers and arrested in Sarasota. The troopers say Saez was high and drunk when he stole the bus while he was driving it back to Tampa. He was arrested on a charge of grand theft, but still managed to drop off all the children at their stops faster and safer than their regular driver. The wheels on the bus get drunk and high, drunk and high, drunk and high. The wheels on the bus get drunk and high.
What was the thing?
I'm embarrassed that I sang along to that in front of so many people.
I don't know how he got away with that.
I know.
He went to 2-3 different cities, Sarasota, Miami.
Was it Sean Scheffler?
He had to refill that bus with fuel too.
He had to do something like seriously.
He had to stop for a pit stop.
It must have been a short bus, I think. I think you might have got away with that a little bit, Let's see. A Guinness World Record holder for the world's longest beard on a living person has broken his own record in Canada when his hair was measured at a staggering 8 feet and 3 inches long. Oh my God. Yeah. Now that he's broken the record, he plans on donating most of his hair to the Jada Pinkett Smith family.
Oh my goodness.
There you go, with that whistle.
So, Felix, what do you got for us?
What I got for you?
I don't know.
Well, the first.
What you got? You got anything?
Do you not masturbate? Or?
Oh, man, listen. I mean, that's it.
It's healthy. It's okay.
Hey man, don't act like. Listen, let's be real now. Everybody does it.
You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna get a deep. Now we're gonna go into a deep dive of it.
No, well, I mean, it goes way back in biblical times, man.
Yeah, I believe in Matthew. They talk about Jesus' first.
Like seriously, when you sit up there and you know that.
All right, we got sound effects and everything. Okay, this is going. This is going great. Do you have any diagrams? Picture maybe.
I don't. But I do remember. It's crazy though because see, I have little ones. I have a son and stuff like that, and he's coming to me and he's saying it. It hurts down there and stuff, and I'm telling him like, man, I already know. I had that feeling before, and he asked, can I touch it? Can I pull on it? And I'm like, listen, dude, if you have to do that, go into your room. But
make sure your mom's at home.
Right. Your sisters and your mom ain't home, then you could go ahead and do the thing. But I mean, I'm not gonna knock it. Like I said, I'm not one of them parents. I ain't gonna beat you till you back in blue and tell you can't do that. That's not what you're supposed to do. No, it happens. You know, it just be responsible. You know, can you mess up?
You guys heard it here live. Be responsible when you masturbate.
Stand for your supports.
Felix, I gotta say, it was nice having you here for the last time.
Pleasure.
A message from Stand Up for News. Friends don't let friends do themselves.
I love it.
So, a recap on a story that happened here a few months ago. A Florida grandmother, she has been charged and she's in jail now after last time we talked about it. They were thinking about charging a Florida grandmother, you guys, for aggravated manslaughter after her second grandchild dies in her custody while she was babysitting her grandchild. This one got into the pond behind her house while she was sleeping and drowned to death. The first one she left unattended while she went inside the store, inside the car, windows up, cars off, and it passed away. So, yeah, I guess if this grandmother had $1 for every grandchild that died in her custody, you guys, she would put the grand in grandmother. That's like 1,000, right?
Yeah. Felix sounds like a much better parent. I have to admit that.
Yeah. 1,000 grandbabies.
I ain't that irresponsible.
I only leave my daughter in the car for 10 minutes tops.
Oh my God.
Such a responsible dad.
Captain Jim, you got some news to stand up for? I'm sure Jim's got a very long and extensive amount of material for us. Go ahead, Jim. Tell us a really long joke
This one's
with a little payoff.
This one's going to be awesome, Doc. I don't know if you know Don McLean. Maybe you can accompany me on the
Bye-bye,
chorus.
Miss American Pie.
Yeah. Legendary musician Don McLean has hit out at Prince Harry, accusing the British royal of failing to understand U.S. culture. The American Pie crooner made the claim in an interview on Saturday, accusing Harry of making rude remarks about Elvis Presley's Graceland estate. He said, quote, "You don't criticize America when you're living here as our guest," McLean sniped. The American Pie singer was so incensed by the royals' critique of the king of rock and roll, he started singing, "Hit it."
Bye-bye.
Oh, I want to see if you can play it on the guitar.
Oh, no, I
got the lyrics.
No, I don't think so.
He started singing, "Cry, cry, you Prince Harry guy. Shake your pelvis just like Elvis and you'll understand why. Great Slim may not have been lofty and high, but it's the best a hillbilly can buy. It's the best a hillbilly can buy."
All right.
I have 15 verses after that.
Oh, boy.
If I have to hear another one of your parody songs, I'm going to move to England. Man, I love how you just thought he was going to impromptu. Why don't you try speaking to him before? And just assume he's going to
We could have organized this ahead of time.
It would have sounded much better than it came out.
Somehow I doubt that, but let's see. Okay, the city of Kyle, Texas, is celebrating its name by attempting to gather at least 2,300 people named Kyle in the same place at the same time to set a new world record. This is the city's second attempt at the record. Their first attempt was spoiled by the neighboring city of Cairn, Texas, who kept calling the police on them.
A follow-up on that story, did you know, Manny, that organizers fell one name short to an Arkansas man named Kyle Kenner, who missed the date of the gathering after consuming too many THC gummies and falling asleep on his couch while watching what he thought would be an interesting Netflix series. Kyle, you never start a new series when you have something important to do the next day, man.
Man, and that's how you take one bad joke and you make it worse.
Doc, I'm glad you didn't know that song because you kept Jim's from singing the other 13 lines. I appreciate you. I definitely want you to come back every week if you can.
I have a small news soundbite for you if you'd like.
A what?
A little news soundbite if you would.
Oh, okay.
Another one.
Oh, we'll get right. Manny, me, then you, I guess.
I just went, so you.
Oh, I mean, Felix. Go ahead. Your turn.
Do we need
more about masturbating with Felix.
Felix is busy right now.
Do you have any other hobbies outside of masturbation?
All right, I'll go. A viral video of an Amazon delivery lady gets bit by a rattlesnake on a person's porch. You guys hear about that? You see the video, anyone? Yeah, well, I think she knew what she signed up for there. Because who doesn't know there's snakes in the Amazon?
Wait a minute.
You like that, Felix?
Yeah.
You got one?
that now I ain't got no joke, but I was reading about Jelly Roll.
The artist?
Yeah, I was reading about Jelly Roll and stuff,
Papa
and
Donut.
apparently he bought his teenager daughter. I guess she was like 12 years old, like a Ferrari, like a brand new car and stuff. And I'm like, she's 12 years old. Like, get her ass up in the morning and get on the bus or take her to school.
Right.
Don't buy no $100,000 car and she can't drive it yet. Like,
She got to drive her Ferrari both ways up the hill in school. She's gonna tell her kids.
like for real, what she gonna do? Let it sit there and collect dust under the tree? By the time she driving, I mean, it might crank up. You know,
take it, but you can take some decent Instagram pictures in front of it.
yeah, all right. Show off with I got my new car, my Ferrari.
Yeah.
No. Well,
But see, listen, he has one kid. You have like 12, so it's a little easier to spoil.
No, man. Listen, man, you are not finna put all them kids on me like that.
He only claims one.
Now listen. Now that was Mandy. Now he was the kid that had 23 brothers and sisters and stuff like that, and they all staying in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Okay, listen, that's called being Mexican, okay?
I don't know. I see
Puerto
that. I see.
Okay.
Man, are you Puerto Rican for real?
Sometimes.
See, that's what I'm saying. See, with Manny, you got to ask straight for license. You got to look at Manny and say, "Look, let me see your license." If me don't know you, you know Manny, but not Manny's good though, man. He's good. Chimichangas.
So okay, Doc, fire. What you got? Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, so I believe that the National Weather Service put out their hurricane forecast today, and it's not going to be a very pleasant hurricane season according to their predictions. And I wouldn't be surprised if they run through the entire alphabet, run out of names A through Z. But they said not to worry because they'll just use pronouns afterwards.
Hurricane She-They. It's headed toward Florida now.
There you go.
I'm still using amateur nouns.
Maybe that's the way the pronouns group could get back at DeSantis. Pronoun hurricane ruins Florida.
A rainbow of hurricanes slamming into the state.
All right.
Just what we need.
In breaking news, over to Captain Jim.
All right, President Joe Biden directed the Office of the U.S. Trade Representative to impose a total tariff in excess of 102% on Chinese electric vehicles, as well as directing new tariffs on other products, including steel, aluminum, computer chips, and solar cells. Asked at a White House news briefing on Tuesday about the new tariffs, U.S. Trade Representative Karen Tai said, quote, Chinese companies can't move their production to Mexico to take away jobs from hardworking Americans and threaten the health of the U.S. economy. Only American companies can do that. Thanks for looking after us, Catherine, I think.
Let's see here. So a British woman who says she had sex with 20 ghosts claims to now be engaged to a spirit. So she says she had sex with 20 ghosts and that she's now engaged to one of the spirits. And I think it's a sweet story. I'm glad that woman finally found her boo. That's stupid. But honestly, it's a little depressing to see that this woman's paranormal sex life is so much more active than Jim's normal sex life. While she's having sex with these entities that apparently have no body, he's just having sex with nobody.
I would take ghost sex over what I have right now.
It's because you're getting ghosted. You don't have sex, Jim. Make up your mind, bud. All right, this is the part where I give one of our guests, our guest here, Felix, one of my cards, and he's got to try to read my handwriting and joke. Ready, Felix? All right, fire that one out there.
El Nino is back on the coast of California. I guess his hand about Biden. Oh.
Don't worry. It's a reflection of his horrible handwriting.
Yeah,
it happens to everybody.
Man, damn, well, you wrote this like you had a bad day or something.
El Nino's back on the coast of Florida, I guess.
Like, my man,
Heard.
you got the whole alphabet in one word, like one line. My gosh.
You got it.
But
You got this.
what you want me to read?
All right, El Nino is back on the coast of California, guys. I guess they heard about.
Biden's opened up border policy.
Yeah, he did.
El Nino. I see the hurricane El Nino.
Good job.
You were trying to see if I know how to read.
No, I was trying to see if people would laugh at my handwriting while you try to interpret
So we
it.
got pronoun hurricanes and we have immigrant hurricanes.
All right, so here's my turn. Jim, he's getting up there in age. He's getting old, right, Captain Jim?
Oh, you know it.
I heard you're going to start getting some hearing aids, Jim.
Getting what?
Yeah. So I'm getting up there too, but I think I already have hearing aids. I've been hearing Jim has AIDS.
That's just the excuse I used to try to get out of school in the 80s. It only worked once.
He failed clown school. He kept telling
Hey, Jim, I'm going to just tell you this. Don't have phone sets, man. I know you can catch hearing aids.
I'll give him one of these. Joke of the day.
It's not
All
sexually
right.
transmitted. It's like verbal communication transmitted. Phone transmitted.
Who's got any history today or laughs from the past? Is there any history and news today this week that we can talk about, Jim?
Oh, yes, there absolutely certainly is. In this week in history, in 1701, Captain William Kidd, the Scottish pirate, notorious Scottish pirate, is hanged by British authorities on the banks of the Thames. After that, executing minors was made illegal.
Huh? He's like me. He's hung. Hey,
He's well hung by the river.
it was in 2020, COVID year, 2021, was it 2020? According to Lifestyle, this was 4 years ago. Was this week I found it in my history news stories. According to Lifestyle editor Nat Morris, she's the editor and writer of Lifestyle magazine, climate change will affect minorities more due to the majority of low income. Does that make sense, you guys? Frig off, Mother Nature. Quit being a racist brat. Why does she gotta be so racist? Mother Nature is Father Time's not as racist. All right, over to Felix.
Real quick though, I must tell you, I did have my first experience of being racist. Like somebody was being racist to me.
I thought you were being racist.
No. Really?
Feels good, doesn't it?
I felt the vitriol in there.
I'm gonna tell you like this. I mean, and it was pretty, I guess, humorous to me though, because it was three ladies, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had to be like in their 80s, and you could tell they weren't from Florida. They had to be like from the southern, like Louisiana or Alabama somewhere. And I'm coming out of El Panera. I'm holding the door for them as they walking. And one lady, she was walking on a little walker and stuff. So she said, "Oh, that was nice." And then she looked back at the other lady, and the lady had all this makeup on her face. Looked like she done painted her whole face with Crayola crayons. And the lady looked at me, and then she looked at the other lady, and she said, "I don't know why this color's so nice."
Wow.
And I looked at her, and I was just like, I'm about to push this lady over. Just like plain out push over and just say she slipped and fell. But I kept the door open for her. I wasn't rude about it.
Just slammed it on her. That was funny.
Right. But, man, when she said that, and my eyes got big, man, I'm looking at her like.
But you wouldn't slash through tires, right?
No, I didn't do no.
Did you take one of
slashing
the
tires.
tennis balls out of her walker?
You gotta forgive Captain Jim's mother, okay, Felix? She's from a different era.
Different time of day.
I can deal with it.
You said she had a lot of makeup on. You think she was talking about one of the colors of on her face?
I don't know what she had on. I mean,
At that age, they're seeing different colors. They're not even seeing right.
I'm trying to justify racism again.
Did you guys?
We'll talk later, Minnie.
Do we have any more history news, Jim?
Yes, we do. This week in 1934, notorious bank robbers, Bonnie and Clyde, American outlaws, were killed in a police shootout near Gibbsland, Louisiana. I guess after that they had to call them Bonnie and Dade.
How about you, Manny? Any more history stuff?
Okay, this is not funny, but
You always say
today
that,
in
and then
history,
everybody
China
laughs.
formally annexed Tibet as an anonymous region on this day in 1951. So they annexed Tibet from China, and I think that shows a Wong. That's stupid. That's really stupid.
You always say this is a bad joke, and then everybody laughs. So I know it's going to be good. So, all right, here's the thing that happened, you guys. A miracle dog was born, you guys, with its head on upside down reversed. Did you hear about that?
What?
Its eyes were on the bottom and its mouth was on top. That poor guy was all upside down.
upside down.
Yeah, that happened in history. So, did you guys hear about the stampede of Clydesdales that went and trampled down there in the red light district, trampled a bunch of prostitutes, you guys? You hear about that? Yeah, they say it was a horse on horse hate crime. So, Jim, why don't you finish us off with any kind of news? Oh, you got Manny. Why don't you ignore Jim while he's looking like it's still his turn and go right ahead and take the mic from Jim.
We got
Manny, just snatch it away from him.
Just
take it. There you go. Take it.
Let him go. I'll go
Okay.
I have a short one.
A Memphis woman was arrested while attempting to board a United Airlines flight with 56 pounds of marijuana in her luggage. An official at the FAA told Stand Up for News that the woman clearly violated federal airline policies, which strictly restrict passengers to carry a maximum amount of marijuana of 55 pounds. Just 1 pound off, huh? They're pretty strict at the airports.
They're strict. They must
You're
have been
pounding rocks out there in the rock pile now.
Yeah. All right. So now that we've all aged significantly since Jim told this joke, let's move on to the
You've
next
grown
one.
wiser.
So Doc might like this one. Kurt Cobain's broken guitar was recently sold for nearly $600,000. Yeah, wow. Experts believe it would have sold for a lot more if it didn't smell so much like Teen Spirit.
Oh my goodness. So now that we got to do our final segment, you guys. The final segment is, I guess we've covered everything but plugs.
Everything except
So-
plugs?
Yeah, we've got to do plugs now.
Is it?
We
Take it easy,
covered
Doc.
everything but plugs. So now we're going to start with Doc and Sherry. Now plug where you're going to be at, where your socials are and everything, and tell them how to
Sherry,
hear
open
your
your
music.
calendar so that you get the dates right,
There
baby.
you go.
No, this Friday or tomorrow, we are going to be at a new club called Club 201 in St. Pete from 6 to 9. And this Saturday, we'll be in Seminole at Mickey Quinn's from 8 to 11. And if you'd like to find us or follow us, you can go to Facebook or Instagram at DOCANDSHERRY, Doc and Sherry. Why don't you come follow us?
Oh, where are you guys going to be Monday?
And Monday, the 27th, we are going to be at a fabulous place called Dave and Bubba's.
Oh, nice.
Cannot wait. I said Bubba's.
Dave and Bubba.
Freudian slip. Dave and Buster's. I apologize.
There you go.
Because all the
Okay.
rednecks there call it Dave and Bubba's.
Where are you going to be on
Oh.
Tuesday? No, I'm joking.
At an open mic,
Wednesday,
usually
Thursday.
at Mickey Quinn's or
Resting up.
resting up for the following week.
All right,
Thank
so
you
you guys
so
are getting
much.
some good gigs, man.
Thank
You guys
you.
will be around. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Over to Captain Jim. Why don't you plug your boat thing or whatever it is?
Well, I am going to be out on the water this entire weekend and pretty much the up until the beginning of June. So I've really got just a lot going on. And if you want
How does someone book you as a captain?
look me up online at JimMarvinSailing.com.
You want to throw your phone number out there too? Or?
Not really, because I don't want Manny prank dialing me. But JimMarvinSailing.com. And,
I'll be butt dialing you. I'll be doing everything but dialing you.
you butt dial me every morning.
That's when my phone's in my front pocket.
Ooh, well, it would be in the morning, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I had to put a passcode on my phone because it kept happening all the time. You know.
I thought you had Face ID. Why is it pocket
that's why I
dialing
started
while it's in
putting
your
my back
pocket?
Because it figured out the passcode. It figured out the passcode. I started putting it in my back pocket, and then Manny he called me and said, "Hey, why'd you leave a real long fart noise as your voicemail on my messages?" I'm like, "Oh, my butt must have figured out the passcode too."
He's always talking crap.
Yeah.
All right. I don't have any plugs, but I am curious.
Plug something, Manny.
When are you going to be masturbating next? That's what that's what I would like to. Where are you going to be?
In about 20 minutes on the way home.
Listen, I at least have to do it by 10
Oh my
times a day.
God.
You know
Whoa.
what I'm saying? And
6?
what?
What do you say?
I don't waste no time.
Oh,
6
man.
times?
About 10 times a day.
10?
Oh.
No,
Hey, listen,
Have
it's
you-
all jokes. It's all jokes.
Have you done it since you've been in this room? That's what I want to know. Has it happened?
No, but the way how you sitting, man, it look like you reaching for yours.
That's like,
PG-13.
depending on how I'm say average 5 minutes, that's like almost an hour a day.
Mhm.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm not doing that though. I'm just saying I'm putting it. It's just jokes. It's just jokes.
This is a comedy show, Sherry. I'm sorry for the discomfort that we induce. My
I'm going to
apologies.
plug Dave and Buster's Mondays, you guys. In June, we're going to be going every other Monday. I don't think it'll be on the 6th, the first Monday. We're going to skip to the second one and the 4th. And then we're going to have showcases with an open mic to follow is what I think the format's going to be. We were going to do roast battles, but I don't know. I'm not into roast battles. I like watching them. I don't know if people weren't giving me a very good feedback as a response of roasting. Jim, do you like roasting? You've been in a roast battle before?
I have not, but every time I pick up Manny, I feel like I'm being roasted in my own car.
Like, 'cause he rolls the windows down too much.
I've been roasting, man, since 98, man.
Oh.
I'm gonna tell you, man, shout out to Marietta High School. That's out there in Marietta, Georgia. I know we ain't in that state, but that's where it started in Tampa as well.
Listening.
Yeah. I'm just saying, it went from chewing, joning to roasting, and I'm telling you, I had my episodes. You hear me?
Yeah, me and Felix always roast each other.
Man, I mean, for the first time we saw each other at Birdie's, we was at that little, I don't know what, transgender little bar, Birdie's. I don't know what it was. I was confused as hell when I was in there because I'm thinking like it was going to be a whole bunch of cockatoos in this little cage and everybody in there going to be having little birds to play with. But
if an actual bird flew through that place, it would die before it flew back out from all the smoke inhalation. That bird would have been roasted right there, and we could have plucked its feathers and ate it.
Or it would have died from here.
There's a lot of smoke up there. We used to have some fun at Birdie's, though. All right, any more plugs? Anybody got any plugs? Man, you got what do you call it? What are those podcast things?
Yeah, we have podcasts on YouTube. You Can't Say That. It's at the High Ground Studios on YouTube, the High Ground Studios.
With the letter U.
Yeah, You Can't Say That with the letter U. I'm going to be making some changes soon. I took a little hiatus for the last few weeks, so I'm going to be trying to change the format, maybe go live, start doing it live, and change a few things up. So that should be coming.
Nice.
We do have a lot of big things happening. Me and Manny and Van Weiss are writing a sitcom together. That's going to be a lot of hush-hush stuff right now, but look forward to seeing something amazing like that. Captain Jim's going to be. Maybe we can have a band in it, and we just need someone to play in a band at like a restaurant scene or a club scene or something. And you guys could be in the sitcom too if you wanted.
That's
and,
fun.
and we could write like a what's it called? The Natural Born Killers skit for Doc. He looks like Mickey Knox with his sunglasses and stuff. All right, so that's pretty much our show. I guess we're going to wrap it up. We always sing a song at the end called Stand Up for News, and you guys got to sing it with us, and you just got to guess the words. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. We stand up for you. You can stand up too. Don't sit down. Stand up now. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. Stand up for news. All right.